how you do one thing is how you do everything. So if you are, I always imagine it from like a circle. And if you start in the middle and you're trying to achieve this goal, and if you give up, you go back to the center and you have to keep on going again, right? And short-term versus long-term thinking, you write about finding your calling and trying to find what it is you really want to do in your life. How was that process for you?
So when I sobered up, I read a book called The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron. I found a sobriety coach, and this gentleman recommended that I read this book. In the book, it talks about doing morning pages. Basically, waking up, you're sort of like groggy, you get a pen, you have your paper, and you just write 3 long form pages and just get it out of your system, whatever it may be. Sometimes it's just some random gobbledygook. Sometimes there's actually something intelligent behind it. And so I just started doing that every day, waking up, writing 3 pages, and didn't know what I was doing. But as I started kind of just writing around what I was interested in, what I was feeling, around that same time, I came across this concept called Ikigai, the kind of intersection of what you love, what you're good at, what you can be paid for, and what the world needs. The intersection of those 4 quadrants is your Ikigai, which is like your reason for being or your calling in life, the thing that when you get out of bed, it's going to energize you. And so I journaled around this over a couple of days. I revisited a bunch and I started making an effort to optimize my life around the things that energized me and gradually make an effort of removing the things that were not in that core center. And in the center, in that intersection, in the Ikigai, were things like building proven systems, building distribution from day one, helping founders, entrepreneurship as a soulful journey, entrepreneurship being kind of like the ultimate meditation and just enjoying the process, nature, copywriting, design, art. These things give me energy. And so as I just started focusing on more of those things and really just being like, okay, well, if this is the stuff that I would do, even if I was retired, then if I can just make sure that my life consists of just these things and remove all the stuff that's outside of this, then essentially I'm living everyday retirement because this is stuff that I would do anyway. So I'm basically retired. And I was able to give up this level of thinking, which I had when I was younger, which is like, I'm building this business. I got to exit this for $50 million. If it doesn't exit for $50 million in the next year, I'm a failure. And so every day that it hadn't exited for say $50 million as an example, I'm not doing my job right. I'm a failure. I'm a bad founder. I don't know what I'm doing, and I'm clearly screwing something up. And it just led to this outcome-based thinking that was just really poisonous, made me miserable. I was miserable to be around. And yeah, it was just like a rough existence. Whereas as I started to kind of lean into this Ikigai side of things and just like focusing on these infinite games, on playing, on adventure, on the things that brought me true joy in life, everything started to open up. And that was sort of how I discovered Founder OS, was just from helping founders with the things that I truly am passionate about, that are kind of my gifts in life. And it just blossomed into this vibrant community and this vibrant way of helping founders avoid a lot of the pain, the agony, the loneliness that I had gone through building businesses, and find and build a more joyful existence and journey as a founder.
If money wasn't an option, would you still be doing the same thing?
100%. 100%. Yeah.
I love that.
I architected all of this with that in mind, which is like, I'm never selling this business. I'm never getting out of it. Like, this is what I will do till I die. I view it less as a business in terms of like my own thinking around it. I view myself more as like an artist, as like a craftsperson, and I'm just building this thing, tinkering on it day after day and just making it a little bit better and making the experience amazing and making people happy as much as I can. And yeah, that's my approach now. And that's what makes it fun for me. And that mindset shift for me changed a lot. I used to think of business so, dollars and cents all the time, and, exits and outcomes and all this stuff. And as I just started focusing on like the artistry of it all and the craftsmanship behind it, you just are kind of focused on mastery and just doing the best you humanly can in a given thing and really kind of sharpening your sword day after day. And then inevitably what I found, which is kind of cool, is it actually makes the outcomes come a lot faster. And it actually helps you become a lot more successful, a lot quicker, and just have way more fun. Yeah. And so that's sort of the game I play now.
I love that, because that's what it's about, is actually enjoying it too, right? It's not And I think we've learned this probably from that kind of VC tech world whereby it's like stab you in the back and, people are only getting ahead by like putting other people down. But when you're building something that you truly enjoy, and yes, of course, you want to make it successful, but you're not attaching your self-worth to the outcome.